I didn't do it. No, Stephen Pearcy. Stephen Pearcy. Yeah, nobody really knows, but I'll put as much out there as I can. The name and the partnership doesn't belong to any sole entity. It became part of somebody else's entity because the other guys, and without Robin, we were just not interested. But we didn't give up any rights or anything. And the future outcome of that, people will be very surprised to hear the truth. But as much as I can say from that, because, I mean, there's been some nasty shit, you know, and I created that beast, and, you know, this crazy entity thought that I didn't have rights, and, you know, instead of getting into it, it turned into something that was just, whoa. But payback's a bitch, you know. What you do is do, and it'll eventually go down, and the waters will, you know, settle. Well, what's that song? The future is looking bright. But once things are settled, because I won't settle personally for anything less than what I expect. I've always said never say never, but you know, some evil people, you gotta deal with them with a pitchfork. And that's being done. I really wasn't into the scene, you know. I mean, I really didn't give a shit. I thought it was dead, you know. All the good bands from the beginning of the 80s, it was all new, exciting, like the 60s or 70s. And that's totally appreciated. I mean, that was an experience. The 90s started rolling around, even with arcade, the good songs. It just told me, wow, people are just, you know, into this open chord, one finger bar, guitar playing, no solos, and, you know, I wasn't into it. There's some good stuff out there, but I mean, I was like probably listening to like Shakespeare's Sister, or Still Susie and the Banshees, or Adam Ant, or, you know, I mean, even though they, you know, some of them weren't, I was listening to way other stuff, Fight, you know, whatever. But Hollywood, no, man, Hollywood's still dead. That's why when guys like me rear my ugly head, people like it, I guess. I don't know. You know, brings back the, you know, bands like GNR gave LA a kick in the ass, which was cool. But there are other good bands too that really didn't, you know, really do anything. Believe me, we had them open for us. But the schematic for what we did in the early 80s, and Motley and everybody else, you know, when we were just starting out in LA, was a schematic of Van Halen, period. Guitar solo, color, big rock. So that's how we learned our stuff. You know, I'll say it, Motley will say it, and then everybody, I guess, everywhere else picked up on it. But towards in the 90s, you know, I don't know, everybody kind of went underground, our audience and everything. The 80s, it kind of all settled around the 90s, early 90s, I would say. especially in Hollywood. You know, every now and then you get a band, or I mean, you know, I think Bon Jovi's a great band, but I wouldn't put them in the league of anything we do. So there's only a few bands that really, you know, stayed up and out. But here in Hollywood, no. You know, everybody's trying to do the grunge thing. I mean, we were living that grunge thing before we made it, so it was kind of silly to us. We were trying to get off of that shit, you know.